Hello and welcome to part 2 of the tornado tutorial. My name is Carlos Batlló and this is a tutorial for EduTuts.com. So if you didn't check part 1 of this tutorial, go and find it and watch it, and you'll probably learn some things about how to make a wonderful movie like this one. Let's drag the farm movie we did into the first part into a new comp, since it already has the correct settings, and check it out. It's a wonderful movie with debris flying around and a tornado forming here. The clouds swirl, the skies get some lighting here, the grass just flies out and the tree moves, and everything is alright. Now let's add to this scene a car point of view, like from inside in a car, and also the rack focus and the rain and other stuff that will look very cool. So I took some liberties here. I add some more lightings to the sky than I show you in the first part, and I also make my tornado wider, but that's some preferences I have. You guys can do whatever you want. Alright, now that we have this movie here into our comp, let's add the car picture we got at Photoshop that looks like this, and it has a transparency here, so let us see the background. Alright, we'll have to add some things to this layer for making it blend. So first thing, we're gonna add the tint effect to the car like that, and we'll tint it 34% or something like this. So you see, we desaturate the whole image. Right, now let's add some curves, and probably we'll make it smaller so we can see what's happening here. Alright, don't worry about the cartoon woman here. We'll make this whole picture way darker. Remember, we are at the inside and light doesn't get in here the same way. So make something like this until we're satisfied. Yeah. So, oops, lower this point here so everything gets darker. You crush the blacks. And yeah, that's good. And now, since there are some problems here, you see the cutout of the Photoshop is not perfect. Let's add an effect that can handle that. It's called, whoops, simple choker here. Let's add it to the comp, and let's set the choke mat to 10. And watch. Maybe more. Not that much, of course not. I thought 10 was okay. Let's zoom in. Yeah, 10 makes it look a bit better. Enough for our purpose. Alright, now let's add a solid here, new solid, and we'll name this windshield. And we'll make this gray, for example. Hit OK. It doesn't matter actually the color, but I like to get colors that represent the layer. That way I can remember that easily later. Actually, this happened to be square, so I'll make it comp size. Hit OK. Alright. You want it to be comp size. And now we'll pre-compose it. So layer, pre-compose, name it windshield again, and hit OK. Alright, double click it. So we open the windshield, and we'll add a simple ramp here. Generate ramp, drag it here, and the ramp we want to make is something exactly like that, except move the white point up until you have something like this. Alright, okay. And now let's duplicate this layer, and in the second layer let's make the ramp actually white and blue, some purplish blue like this. Yeah, and let's make this lower and also like that, like the same, like the black, but down there. Okay, and then toggle the switches here and set this second wheel shield mode to multiply. That way we get both of the ramps in view. And if we go back to farm 2, actually let's name, I don't want farm 2, I want something like final, that looks definitive. Right, in final we'll get this windshield and we'll set it again to multiply, like that. And that will be the windshield here at the window. Okay, when we're done, we're gonna add the rain. And you can of course get some rain somewhere, some film stock footage of rain. Video Copilot has some cool rain footage at Action Essentials 2, or you can buy it somewhere else. But we're gonna do it a way that it doesn't look that better, but it's fine. And if you're not willing to pay anything, this will be enough for you. Alright, so let's name this rain. We'll make it blue. I know, rain is not blue. Anyways. And we'll add the effect CC particle whirl. Yeah, you remember this for the part 1, right? And here we'll get the settings supplied at the rain picture. So scroll down, go to the picture named rain, and just I have this here. Copy all the settings you get in the picture into the CC particle whirl, and you will get something pretty cool that looks like this. And this is the whole thing done just with particle whirl that comes with your After Effects. So now let's pre-compose the rain layer pre-compose, mobile attributes, let's name this rain, hit OK. Alright, we'll go to this rain comp and to the solid that has our particles. Let's zoom in a bit. To this solid we'll add, let's check the solid. I want you to see what this does. Some small particles flowing down, like this was a windshield, and it has some little drops here. And since we don't want the starting effect, we'll just offset this a lot, like this, and then yeah, like that, make it bigger that way, and you'll have the whole time enough rain in your windshield. And let's add an effect called fast blur. Here it is. Drag it and set the blurriness up to 4 or something like that, so it looks more realistic. Alright, so let's go back to final, and we have all the elements except for, oh actually, yeah, like that. We have all the elements except the rain shadow, so duplicate the rain layer, let's rename it rain shadow, and for the shadow we'll just add the tint again, drag it to rain shadow, and we'll map everything to black, like that. And you see here we get a layer. Oops, it's taking a bit to render. Maybe I'll uncheck this layer for now. Right, you see the rain became black, but that's okay, we're gonna fix this because this is just gonna be the shadow of the rain inside the car. Alright, so let's make all these layers 3D. So boom, 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 boom. Alright, all of them. And we'll add a new camera here. New camera. Let's check. 35mm. Yep, and camera 1. That's fine for me. Hit OK. And right now what we want to do is arrange all those layers in the proper way. So I want to see again the background. And we'll do something like this. Go to active camera here and select top to get the top view. Let's zoom out, and here you have it. This is our camera, this is what it's filming, and here at the center are all of our layers overlapped. So we want to get the farm, the original farm, far away, like this, quite far away. Yeah, and we want to get the car, the inside car, closer to the camera, like this. Then get the windshield, place it just behind our car. So this is car here, windshield here, and then get the rain, not rain shadow, rain. Come closer, select W to rotate, and rotate it like, not like this, yeah, like that. So let's go to active camera again. Alright, let's check this out, the rain shadow, and move, yeah, like this. Move the rain layer so it comes top towards you like this. Imagine a car's windshield. So that's the thing, the effect you want to get. Alright, and then the rain shadow, we want to turn it the opposite way, like this. But since the rain is actually falling to here, we want to turn it the whole way like that. Whoops. Yeah, we went back. So the rain, this black rain is coming. Whoops, I think I moved the rain layer, right? Yeah. Sorry guys. Select rain shadow. And since the rain shadow it's falling down like this, we want to get it to move from the camera and away. So this is getting a little messy here. Yeah, like that. So it moves up. Alright. Like if the rain, the proper rain is falling down, this should move up. So get it something like this. Okay. Sorry guys, that took too long. Okay, let's switch to half for better rendering. And just get this rain shadow layer, get it down and closer to you like this, and we'll adjust it at the top view. So go back to top view, and this is the layer, so place it right there, and this layer overlapping here with the car. So the proper rain here overlapping with the car and the windshield, and this should be, whoops, this should be, the rain shadow should be towards the camera like that. Alright, this is the end, the ending positioning of everything. Now let's go back to active camera, and you'll notice the farm looks quite small, so just get it, make it bigger until you cover the whole thing again, like that. Just as easy. And about the car, we'll make it smaller, and we want to get something like, we don't want to see the woman here, just the mirror and the wheel. So something like this works just fine. Alright. Yeah, you want to get something just a little bit here, down here, and a little bit at the top. Anyways, you want to see the tornado, so you don't want a lot of things in front of your windshield. Okay, something like that looks cool. And then we'll adjust the rain here, so get the rain selected and move it so the bottom of the layer is just at the end of the windshield like this, and try to rotate it so it looks realistic. Yeah, like this. Okay, and you'll notice here the rain is in front of the car, and that doesn't look good because it should be behind, but that's quite easy to fix just by making a copy, a duplicate of the inside car, delete the curves, delete the tint too, don't delete the choker, and move this just on top of the rain layer. And for the rain layer, select the track matte, alpha matte inverted inside car, and that will erase all the drops that are above the car. So as easy as that, you get rid of them. Okay, for the rain shadow, we want to adjust it so the top of the layer is just at the same point where the end of the rain layer is. So something like that. And since it's the shadow, we can adjust it, so make it smaller if you want. Yeah, like this, and get it in place. Alright, so we have our rain here, our shadow here, and for the windshield, we wanna just, you don't need to twist it, to rotate it. It looks fine. It's just for the color that you wanted. So make it smaller until you get both of the colors inside of the comp. You can also set the opacity down. So hit T here and lower its opacity to something like 77, for example. Yeah. And just try to get both things into the picture. And then rotate it in the Z axis like this, so it goes with the car. Like the car is a little bit in diagonal here, so again the windshield should be along this line here. Okay, so now just get the everything except of the farm linked to the inside of the car. So rain shadow, inside car, matte, rain and windshield, all of them linked to the inside of the car. That's not necessary, but if you're gonna move the inside of the car, you want all the elements to follow along, and that will be useful if you want to do some adjustment. I think I will make my windshield here a bit bigger this way, so I don't get that much purple. Okay, maybe go back to windshield and just adjust this like that. Alright, better, much better, a little bit more scatter for the ramp. Alright, so now we have our tornado and our car, and that looks good, but could look even better if we add some wiggle to our camera so it looks like it is handheld. So hit Alt, click on the stopwatch, and here write expression wiggle, hit parenthesis and enter the settings 8,10 like that. Oops. Alright, that will make our camera shake. And check this, the farm layer might come out, yeah, like there. You see this white thin line, this means our farm layer is out of range. I mean, it's too small. So let's add a simple effect called motion tile. Motion tile here to stylize, and let's apply it to the farm. So let's drag it here, and what this will allow us to do is, oh, you see there, yeah, you see here this line means our farm comp is over, so we'll just increase here the output just like this, and we'll select mirror edges, so the edges are mirroring and we get some more room to move. Alright, so this effect will do, and what we want to do now is to position this camera in different positions and also add this rack focus. So go to camera and open the settings, position, well actually position and orientation. We want to get the keyframe for both of them, then hit U, so we just get those two keyframes. And what we want to do is, should be the basic position, so this is the correct thing, but we want to get some more. For example, just by doing this, we can start our our film, imagine this is a film we're doing, we can start it like with the camera looking down and maybe even closer to the car like that. Yeah, so you will start like this. Maybe you can get even the hand like that. You can start like this, and then your camera moves up to get the tornado. Alright, you can do whatever you want here, of course. Here imagine the person who's filming when it gets closer to the windshield to get a better view, and just moves like this. Oops. And like this to get a better shot. It moves a bit to the left, for example. Like that. Alright, so you get different position. And films until he has to reposition himself, and then he moves it down or up again to film the sky for a while and goes back like this, and then again he will again moves down the camera like that. And you can do whatever you want as long as you don't get out of your limit, so the car and the farm. So do any moves you want. Check this, really cool handheld camera. And what happens with handheld cameras is that their focus adjustment is automatic, and sometimes it gets out of focus. So if you want to be correct, you can add this rack focus thing by going to camera options here and selecting the depth of field on. Alright, you may have it to off as default, so get it on like this, and just increase the blur level and the aperture. We'll play around with the settings for better results, but check this out. If we go to top view, you can see here the focus distance is this layer. Oops. Focus distance is this layer here that moves right now. This is the distance where the focus is established. So if we get it down to the car here, remember this is our car layer. So if we get the focus distance to the car and we set a keyframe like this, let's go back to active camera. You see now the car is on focus, but the background is blurred. And if we increase the blur level and the aperture, we'll get even more blur, and that's real cool, really cool. And you can play around. Just get this keyframe, means the car is on focus and the background is not. And let's make another keyframe for the opposite. So let's go to back to front view and just whoops. Remember, this is our farm layer. So get the focus distance and alright, move it there. So it is on the background, and just by getting these two keyframes we get two positions. So we'll get back to active camera to look at it and see here our car is blurred, and also the rain and all the elements close to the camera, and here is just the opposite, the background's blurred. And play around with that. I mean, you can even get more aperture to blur the car even more here, see, and here just the opposite, the outside is really blurred and you get a better view of the rain here. Alright, so play around with this, and usually what happens is that cameras lose focus when they're moved. So if you want to be correct, see here our camera's moving, so around here we'll make it change focus. So if it was focused on the car here and on the background here, we'll keep this car focus up to this point. I just copied this keyframe, so Control C, actually let's do it again. Right, place this time indicator in a different position, select the keyframe, Command or Control C Command or Control V, and you get the same keyframe at the position you are. So you get the car on focus up to this point, and then boom, it changes. Make it longer maybe. It changes to the background, and it stays with the background. Alright, now when it starts to come forward, the camera, let's make this position thing up to here. So when the camera starts to move forward, you can start again to make, I just copied this keyframe here, place it here, so the background is on focus for this whole time, and then again copy this keyframe and just select Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Command, and again another change, so boom, and you get the car on focus. And now you want to get again, copy this keyframe, so this is the end of the car focus, and copy this one is the farm. And again, I know this might sound a little bit complicated. It's quite easy. This keyframe is car, this keyframe is car, and then a quick change from focus, car to farm, then up to here with farm, car, car, farm. Whatever, I know you guys know how to do this, but since all the keyframes look the same, this might be a little bit difficult. I don't know. So, and you get the farm up to this point, and then again, well, up to this point means you copy farm again, and then again you copy car here, boom, and you see the reflection of the mirror, and you get the car for the whole until the end. And at the end we want to get a quick down movement of the camera, so let's move this position and orientation back here and get a new position and orientation really down like that, and yeah, something like this. So a quick boom down, yeah, and we're gonna get the focus here, since it was the car, we'll keep it at car like that. So we get a few changes of focus. You can add as many as you want. Alright. And when you're satisfied, you can add here as many changes and movements as you want. And I might add some more here, but remember, try to keep it realistic. Like, imagine a person is handling this camera here, and when you have this, just close this camera here, and actually we're done. You get the whole thing. If you want to do some more color correction, just get the whole thing pre-composed and do, but I like it that way. I think it looks quite realistic, and I hope you like this tutorial. I hope to see you next time for another composition effect at After Effects, and thank you to AETUT for hosting this. So just render this tornado layer, this tornado comp, and guys, see you next time.